Let's take a look at what is happening in the markets, and we start off with the JSE. Of course, reaching another record high this year, over 80, well, actually almost 86,000 points. There we are seeing the all share with a gain there of almost 1.5%. Of course, amid getting a mixed handover from the Asian markets, the Chinese stocks were actually leading there as we saw stimulus measures being implemented. Right there we are seeing the resources 10 flying, carrying most of those gains that we are seeing on the all share, climbing by more than 2%. The industrial 25 up by almost a similar margin, and an advancement on the financial 15 of almost 1/3%. Let's take a look at what is happening in the U.S. markets. And on that front, of course, investors still digesting the Fed's big rate cut from last week, and also trying to figure out what the Fed could do in its November meeting. Quite a mixed picture on that front, with the S&P 500 down slightly, just 0.05% below that flat line. We do have the Dow following in the same footsteps, sinking into red territory, declining almost 0.5%. But backing that trend is the tech-heavy Nasdaq with a gain of more than 0.1%. Let's take a look at what is happening with the markets across the Atlantic. One of the news that investors are digesting there is the OECD upgrading its economic growth forecasts for the UK this year and next year, but we are seeing a sea of red on that front. FTSE 100 declining almost 0.25%, the CAC 40 sinking by more than 0.5%, and the DAX giving up 0.4%. Let's take a look at what is happening on the currency scene, and we start off with how the rand is doing against some of the major currencies. Quite a strong rand that we are seeing there at 17 rand 20 against the US dollar, at 22 rand 97 against the pound, and against the euro at 19 rand 21. Let's take a look at how the other currency pairs are doing, starting off with the euro dollar at 1.11, pound dollar at 1.33, and the yen just above 144 against the US dollar.